All right, you guys, so I'm going to show you how to access your clinical log as well as your student folder. If you have shared your student folder, then you already know how to access your folder, your log, and how, I guess, Google Drive works. But for those of you guys that actually are new to this, I am going to show you guys how to get here. So first, you're going to open your browser and go onto your Google account. The best way is going onto these 9 dots here in the corner, and you will see Google Drive. So you'll click on this. Now, I am going to be sharing your folder with you if you have not already created or shared a folder with the COD SA Logs account. And what you'll see is you will click onto your folder. So as you guys can see here, I have all of your folders here. If you have shared it with me, so for instance, Jackie has shared her folder with me, I'm going to see this arrow, but I do know that a lot of you guys are new to Google Drive, so I will share the folder I created with you through your Gmail account. So I do have a student example. When you click onto your folder, you're going to see all of these different other folders, your acknowledgments, your assignments, your clinical log, evaluations, lab videos, practice logs, student resume info, and your surgeon preceptor CV info. When I share a folder or you share a folder to the COD SA logs, then we will both have access to uploading things as well as editing items such as your clinical log or Word documents, as well as be able to, just be able to give any live feedback. So this is a student example. So the thing we're going to go over this week is your clinical log, since a lot of you guys will already be starting your clinicals. So you'll click here, and the clinical log is actually in a Google Sheets. So if it does open in this form, just go on top right here and click on Open with Google Sheets. And what this basically is, you guys, when we are working with our Google Drive, is it's the same document on a cloud, and I'm able to access it and you're able to access it. So right here it says student name. I have already inputted everyone's name, but just like how Excel would work, you would click here and you would put your name. So my name, and I am working with one hand at the moment. I would just type that in, and obviously that's not my name. So Wilson, and enter. And then for the most part, I actually did put most of your clinical sites, but if I did forget something, just click here and input the hospital or surgery center name, your clinical preceptor, which would be your surgeon preceptor, and then your clinical delegate. So that could be anything from SA mentor, your educator, your manager, anything like that. Now, if you've already taken the Surge Tech course through COD, this is very similar to our Surge Tech log. So what you would need to do right here is put the full date, then list the full name of the procedure. So I don't want to see any shortened names such as lap chole or lap appy. You would have to put the full name, which would be laparoscopic appendectomy, laparoscopic cholecystectomy. And this is something that you could find within the preference card or the surgical schedule when you are scheduled into a case. Now, you will have to identify what specialty it is. And so how we would identify this would be marking a 1 on the exact specialty. So if it is, abdominal hysterectomy, it's going to be OBGYN. If it's going to be anything like a Lafort 1, 2, or 3, that would be ENT. Total hip arthroplasty would be ortho, so on and so forth. So the new things that they've actually had put onto our log due to accreditation would be the peds and oncology. So, just if you do that, obviously the surgeon would have to specialize in oncology or pediatrics. Printed surgeon's name you would put here. For this year, they are accepting an electronic signature from the surgeon, as well as your clinical preceptor. The clinical preceptor, again, could be another essay, could be the RN in the room, could be the charge nurse, the educator, or the manager, and your student initials. If you scroll more, you'll see that I can also put my initials here. I wouldn't really necessarily worry about my initials because that's something that I will initial at the very end when I finalize your log. Now, if you guys scroll down to the log, it's going to be about line 160, I believe. Maybe not. We'll keep going down, but as we scroll down, you're going to see, you guys, you're going to see that this is automatically going to total. I did put an equation on there. Please don't try to change the equation. If you end up messing it up, please let me know so I can correct it. At the very end, which a lot of you guys will have to get this completed by your clinical preceptor, which would be your surgeon, basically stating that I, Dr. So-and-so, attest that the student, which would be, your name, Ramsey Wilson, has served as a surgical assistant on the listed surgical cases within this log, and they would have to sign and date it. This would also be for yourself as well as myself as the faculty. All right. Now, going back to your folder, you're going to go into your lab videos, practice logs, and competencies. And what you guys are going to see here is I am going to probably relabel of what a lot of you guys have put down, but you should technically have all of your videos, all of your practice logs, and competency checkoff. So this is an example of week 1 competency checkoff that you guys should see in your folders, as well as module 2. And right now I am working on module 3 since you guys just did that. So it would have your name. As you guys scroll down, you would see, what you did correctly, what you would need review, as well as any performance evaluation comments that I might have seen while you were doing your video. All right. This is something that you can access with your phone. So if your clinical site were to ask you what are the things that you've actually gone and completed, you would have that list as well. But if that's something that your clinical site does want a copy of, I can easily send it to them if you're unsure how to do that. So with that being said, since now that you guys have access to your folder as well as all the subfolders, now you're able to directly put things into the folders and I would automatically see them. So you guys can bypass emailing me all of the things that you would normally just upload. So an easy way of doing it would be as such. So for example, if you have an assignment, you would double click onto assignment. You could drop a file here, or you can right click anywhere in the folder and you can upload a file. Uploading a file can be anywhere from your desktop to a download to your documents, wherever you ended up saving that particular assignment. As long as you correctly label the assignment, such as module 5, or module 6, whatever it may be, I'll be able to grade it and access it, easily. So if you guys have any questions on this, please let me know. But on Blackboard, I will give you guys supplementary videos on how to direct, Google Drive, as well as if you needed additional help with your log and whatnot. All right, have a good one and good luck at clinicals.